Well, happy release day. This is the day that you're going to probably see a bunch of videos about this amplifier right here. This is the new Engl Ravager. Now, this is a 20 watt amp, and it's got a lot of great features in it. I'll read them off to you. I didn't memorize these, so I have to actually cheat and use my phone. It's a 20 watt 2-channel amp. It has ECC 83s in the preamp, but I think there's a 12AX7 in there too. I'm getting mixed information on that, but anyways, it's an EL84 power amp, and it's a built-in IR loader. You have 3 IRs of your choosing that you can put in there. It comes with one free one from Engl, and you just hook it up to your computer just like a USB stick and just drag and drop IRs into it. Really easy. Quick tip on that: when you do that, unhook the cable from the back of the amplifier and then test the IRs. Then you can hear them. Otherwise, if you leave the cable in, you won't be able to hear them. So again, unplug it, then switch through the IRs and make sure they're all there, and you'll be good. You have a headphone output. You have an XLR direct out, which we will hear with the IRs later in the video. And you have an integrated power soak for adjustable power. You have 20 watts, 5 watts, 1 watt, and then speaker off, which allows you to, just run direct into something as opposed to having to use a cabinet or something like that. So that is really cool. Has an effects loop and, all that stuff. And it's very lightweight. Cool looking amp. I like how they do the interior lighting. Super cool. Blue for clean, red for lead and total destruction. Love that. So let's go ahead and turn off the boost. These are the settings here that I used it for. Now, you'll notice that it's a shared EQ for both channels. Now, some people don't like that, but here's the thing. They actually voiced both channels in this amplifier so that you can find the sweet spot on either channel and it'll work for both channels, if that makes sense. So I think they voiced it very well regarding that. So we're going to go ahead and start with the clean channel right now. I'll just keep these settings on. I might fiddle with the knobs a little bit, but let me turn off my effects so you can hear it just plain. Now I'm running it through my Mesa cab, which is has vintage 30s, and the microphones I'm using are the Royer 121 paired with a Shure SM57. So let's go ahead and hear how the clean channel sounds right now. Very nice sounding clean channel. So I'll mess with the knobs a little bit. You know, I think they're all in pretty good spot right now, but let's just see what we got. So there you go. You can actually crank the treble knob on this amp and get away with that if you want a little more top end. You can totally do that. So let's go ahead and dress this up. I'm going to turn on my Julia chorus and my Flashback 2 delay pedal and see how it sounds all gussied up. You have separate volume controls for each channel so you can balance things out as well. So yeah, I just think, you know, this is a pretty cool amplifier. Now this thing runs Engl Ravager, yeah, $879. That's how much it is. So it's a pretty good deal for all of the stuff that you get. You know, again, you get the power soak as well, IR out, IR loader, 2 channels, headphone out, small, easy to carry around, and it sounds really freaking good. So let's go ahead and keep these settings here, and I'm going to switch over to the high gain channel, and I'm going to not use a boost when I do the dial in here, just so you can see how the amp sounds all by itself. So here we go. The gain structure is actually really good on this. It's pretty thick and full. So let's turn everything down to noon and just see where we start at here, and then we'll kind of dial in from there. I love how the gain fills up really nicely here. Let's see if we can get away with cranking it and it doesn't flub out, or if it gets kind of mushy. Let's see. Well, all the gain is usable, so that's actually really cool. You can crank the gain and still have a usable amount of gain there. It doesn't mush out or anything, so I do like that a lot. So let's go ahead and boost it now. So the pedal I used was the Devil's Triad, I always forget the name of this thing, Devil's Triad Essentials pedal. So let's go ahead and try it with that. I'll start without it and then turn it on and you'll hear how it affects the amp. Okay, so I could probably get away with turning the gain down a little bit here. I don't want to go too far down because I want to use this for rhythms and leads. So let's find the sweet spot. Actually, that's really good. It's chunky and tight and not overly saturated. Yeah, that sounds freaking good right there. I mean, I don't really think I need to do anything else with this right now. Let's mess around with the mids a little bit just to double check everything. If you ask me, that's the sweet spot right there on like 11 o'clock. It's articulate and chunky there, and it's not too hunky, and it's not too thin, because depending on the mid knob, you know, on certain amps, sometimes it can thin out or hollow out the amp a little bit, which is common if you turn it down too much. So you don't want to scoop the mids too much. Leave a little in there, and I think that sounds freaking amazing. It really does. So I really like this. You know, and the thing is you don't have to really read the manual to get a good tone with this, or you don't have to like call NASA. You know, just dial it in. Everything makes sense, and you got yourself a nice sounding guitar tone right there. I mean, just sounds freaking killer. So let's go through the power soak right now. I have it on full power right now on the back here, so I'll just go through down to, I think the first stop is 5 watts, second stop is 1 watt. Let's see what that sounds like. So I just worked my way back up. So what's nice about that is if you want to practice quietly and still have a good amp tone, well, you can do that. So that allows you to do that. The other thing I like is the fact that you can crank the power soak all the way down and then, you know, hook it up with an XLR to, you know, an interface or whatever, and you can record direct, you can practice, which is something I like to do. Sometimes instead of practicing with a modeler, you want to practice with a real amp. And I have a setup here where I can actually hook up to my board here, and I got studio monitors in here and stereo, and so I can run this through an IR into my mixer and just practice to my backing tracks, and I can actually use a real amp and my real pedals and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to have a great old school but modern practice session, you can certainly do that. So let's see how it sounds with their IR, which is the first slot, and then I'll switch it to my IR that I put in there, and then I'll do I'll do some riffs and maybe a mix with that as well. Okay, so this is the IR that you get with it. I think it's on an Engl XXL cab, so let's just see what that sounds like. Okay, and we're going to switch to mine, which is basically my Mesa cab with the same mics I've been using. So let's hear what that sounds like. Yep, sounds good. So let's do a quick mix with that. And I'll show you how I would practice with this amplifier, because I don't want to have to use my in-ears and make a bunch of racket. It's nice to be able to just plug in directly to a mixer and then have your backing tracks ready and then some studio monitors, and you could practice till the cows come home, you know, or use headphones, whatever you want, but I just like the open air kind of practice situation. So let's go ahead and do that now. Well, there you have it. A couple mixes, a dial-in, with and without a boost, with and without effects on the clean channel, full description of the amplifier and the features that it has to offer, along with the pricing. So I think this is a great little amplifier. I really do. There's another shot of it. There's the settings I used in the mixes and stuff like that. So you're probably wondering, who is this amp for? Well, I think it's for anyone who wants a really good, affordable amplifier that offers a great feature set and gives you some great tone, and it's not a jigsaw puzzle regarding how you dial it in. It's really simple and straightforward, and a lot of us like that. You just want a no BS approach to your guitar sound, and I think Engl did a great job with this amplifier. Again, very affordable, and for the price, you really do get a lot. I want to thank Engl for reaching out to me and asking me to be part of their launch for this amplifier. I'm honored to do so. I think they're a great company, and I'm a fan of their amps. Obviously, I got two of them right here, and I've played many of their other amps on the show, and I do like their stuff a lot. Very good companies. So again, it's an honor to be part of the launch. It's kind of nice, you know, when you have a channel and you have companies like Engl reaching out to you to ask you to collaborate with them. I think that's really freaking kick-ass, to be honest with you. So I was happy to do so. I don't think I'm getting paid for this. I don't know. I haven't really discussed that with them, but I know they sent me the amp to keep, and that's fine. So I just want to make sure I disclose all of that. So it is sponsored by them, and I do appreciate that very much. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you were informed by it, and if you're, you know, feeling like you want to get one of these, I mean, go to your local retailer or online store or whatever and get one for yourself. I really think a lot of you would really like this amplifier a lot. And by the way, there is no EQ or post-production or any manipulation done with the sounds. Everything's raw, unfiltered, and you know, just unprocessed. So everything you're hearing is very, very raw and real. That's the way I keep it on this channel. So to wrap up, I want to thank Jürgen from Engl for reaching out to me and asking me to do this video. Again, appreciate that very much. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel and you like what I do here, feel free to subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss upcoming episodes or live streams. I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I will see you on the next one.